Did you know that before the Spanish arrived, Filipinos had their own special ways of writing? Long before the familiar letters we use today, the islands were home to unique scripts, each with its own story and style. These alphabets were more than just a way to record words, they were a reflection of the people's identity, creativity, and connection to their land. Most of us only know the alphabet we use today, but deep in the mountains, old writings are still being used. In places far from the busy cities, these scripts have survived, quietly passed down from one generation to the next. They are living traditions, not just relics of the past. These writings aren't just old things in a museum. They're a living part of what makes some groups of people who they are. For the Mangyan people, their script is woven into daily life, used for poetry, storytelling, and even for sharing wisdom with the young. Our trip takes us to Mindoro, where the Mangyan people live. This island, with its lush mountains and quiet villages, is a place where ancient traditions are still alive, and where the past and present meet in everyday life. They have a wonderful writing system that has lasted for many, many years. The Mangyan script, called Surat Mangyan, is carefully carved into bamboo, each stroke telling a story that has survived centuries of change. Imagine a way of writing carved into bamboo, holding poems and wise thoughts, connecting people to their land. These bamboo tubes are like living books, filled with the voices of ancestors and the dreams of today's youth. This isn't just about letters, it's about being proud, knowing who you are, and having a link to a time before other countries came and took over. The script is a symbol of resilience, a quiet act of remembering and honoring the past. The Hanunó'o writing is more than just a tool, it's the heart of a culture, a thread that connects the past and the present. When elders teach children to write, they're not just passing on letters, they're sharing a piece of their soul, their history, and their hopes for the future. In a world that's quickly changing and becoming modern, it's amazing that this tradition has survived. Despite the spread of technology and new ways of life, the Mangyan script endures, quietly resisting the rush of time. It also makes us think about history in a new way, beyond what we usually learn. These scripts remind us that there are many ways to tell a story, and many voices that deserve to be heard. The story of Surat Mangyan reminds us that some special things are kept alive in the hearts and hands of a community. It's a living heritage, carried forward by those who cherish it most. Let's start this journey of discovery together, and see how the hidden alphabets of the Philippines continue to inspire, connect, and shape the lives of those who keep them alive. Welcome to Mindoro, an island of differences, busy coastlines and faraway forested mountains. Here, the Hanunó'o Mangyan live peacefully with nature, and their identity is deeply connected to the land. Their homes, made from bamboo and wood, blend in with the green surroundings. The Hanunó'o are one of several Mangyan groups, and each group has its own special customs and language. They farm, weave, and make crafts, guided by nature's rhythms and a deep respect for their environment. The forest provides for them, teaches them, and is their spiritual home. Their way of life, which uses resources carefully, teaches us about being strong and balanced. Even with pressure to change and become like everyone else, the Hanunó'o have kept their traditions strong. Their writing, Surat Mangyan, continues to thrive as a living symbol of who they are and will always be. In these mountains, culture is not just saved, it's lived every single day. Hanunó'o life is built on old ways, passed down through generations, where every day is shaped by tradition and a deep respect for the wisdom of their ancestors. Living in harmony with the land, they believe that being part of a community and respecting the earth are the foundations of a good life. Their days are guided by the cycles of nature, and every member has a role to play. Decisions are made by everyone agreeing, with older, wise people leading the way. The elders are highly respected, and their voices carry the stories and lessons of the past, ensuring that important choices are made together. Family and working together are at the center of daily life, from farming to special ceremonies. These gatherings strengthen their bonds and keep their customs alive, connecting young and old. Their spiritual beliefs honor spirits in the land, with shamans acting as a bridge between people and the spirit world. Rituals and ceremonies are woven into daily life, asking for blessings and guidance from unseen forces. Art is everywhere, clothes dyed with blue, detailed baskets, and handmade crafts that show their creativity and skill. Each piece is made with care, using techniques passed down for centuries. Patterns with shapes tell stories of their world, with every design holding a special meaning or memory from their lives. Crafts are more than just decorations. They hold memories and show who they are. These objects are treasured, often given as gifts, or used in important events. The Hanunó'o writing is carved onto bamboo, making writing a real touchable part of their surroundings. This script is unique, a living link to their ancestors and a way to keep their language alive. Bamboo is very important in their lives, used for homes, shelters that blend into the landscape and protect families from the elements. It is also shaped into tools, utensils, and even used for cooking, showing how resourceful and connected they are to their environment. By writing poems and messages on bamboo, they put their culture into the very material that helps them live. These writings are shared, read, and remembered by the whole community. Their writing is a living picture of a people deeply connected to nature, where every tradition, story, and belief is carved into the world around them. The Hanunó'o writing, or Surat Mangyan, is one of the few things that survived from the time before other countries came and took over. It came from the old Kawi writing, which connects the Philippines to a bigger Asian heritage. While most native writings disappeared under Spanish rule, the Hanunó'o kept theirs alive in the mountains. Surat Mangyan became a private language, used to write down thoughts and poems away from outsiders. Its survival proves wrong the idea that early Filipinos couldn't read or write. The writing is something to be proud of, connecting us to a past where people could read and write and were smart. For the Hanunó'o, it's a living collection of wise thoughts, especially through their loved Ambahan poetry. By keeping the writing safe, they've kept their way of seeing the world and their identity whole. Surat Mangyan stands as a quiet but strong statement. Their story matters. At the heart of Hanunó'o culture is the Ambahan, a type of poetry with 7 syllables per line that rhymes, carved into bamboo. Ambahan is more than just art. It's a way to share wise thoughts, settle arguments, and show love. Poems are carved onto everyday things, making literature a living part of daily life. The act of carving is just as important as the words themselves. Ambahan poems talk about nature and human experiences, using comparisons to explain deep meanings. Understanding Ambahan means understanding how the Hanunó'o see the world, where nature and people reflect each other. The tradition is alive, with older people teaching the young, making sure the poetry continues to grow and do well. Surat Mangyan is not just for writing, it's for remembering, connecting, and celebrating the poetic heart of the Hanunó'o. The Hanunó'o writing is an abugida, a type of alphabet where each character stands for a whole syllable. This means that instead of writing out each individual sound, a single symbol can represent a consonant and a vowel together, making writing and reading more efficient for the Hanunó'o language. The system is both practical and elegant, reflecting the needs and creativity of the people who use it. With only 18 basic characters, it can write the Hanunó'o language very well. Each character is carefully designed to be simple yet distinct, allowing even young learners to pick up the script with relative ease. This small set of symbols is enough to capture the sounds of the language, showing how thoughtfully the system was created. Changes in vowel sounds are shown with a small mark called a cudlet, placed above or below the character. These marks are quick to add and easy to recognize, making the script flexible for different words and meanings. The cudlet is a clever solution that keeps the writing compact and clear. There's no symbol for ending consonant sounds, so words are written as open syllables. This feature gives the script a rhythmic, flowing quality, and it also means that readers must rely on context and tradition to understand the full meaning of each word. What really makes Surat Mangyan special is how it's written. It goes up and down, from the bottom to the top. This vertical direction is rare among world scripts and gives Hanunó'o writing a truly distinctive character. This unique direction probably comes from how practical it is to carve on bamboo. The natural shape of bamboo lends itself to vertical writing, making it easier for the writer to follow the grain and avoid mistakes. It's a perfect example of how environment shapes tradition. The writing's smooth lines are both useful and pretty. The curves and strokes are not just functional, they also add a sense of beauty and artistry to every piece of writing, turning even simple messages into works of art. While it's related to Baybayin, Hanunó'o writing has developed its own special look. Over generations, the script has evolved unique shapes and styles that set it apart, making it a symbol of Mangyan identity and pride. Writing is an art form, with each carving showing creativity and tradition. The act of inscribing words onto bamboo is a careful, thoughtful process, and every piece tells a story, not just through its words but through the skill and care of the person who made it. Understanding the writing shows the smartness and beauty of this old system. It's a window into the minds and hearts of the Hanunó'o people, connecting the present with centuries of tradition and wisdom. It's a testament to how clever the Hanunó'o people are, and a reminder of the rich cultural heritage that lives on through their writing. The Hanunó'o writing stays alive because older people teach it to the young, not in schools, but through everyday life. Children learn by watching, practicing, and taking part in community traditions. As modern ways become more common, older people and leaders have started community programs to keep the writing important. Young people are encouraged to use Surat Mangyan for both old traditions and to express themselves. This way of teaching builds pride and makes sure the writing stays active, not just an old thing. Many young Hanunó'o people can now read and write in both their own writing and the alphabet we use today. The community's effort is the strongest reason why Surat Mangyan is being kept safe. It's a living history carried forward by each new generation. Modern technology is now helping to keep the Hanunó'o writing safe. Digital tools, computer fonts, and apps make it possible to type, teach, and share Surat Mangyan all over the world. High-quality scans and digital collections protect old, delicate bamboo writings for future generations. Online lists organize thousands of Ambahan poems, making them available for everyone to see. Educational apps and websites make learning the writing fun and interactive, especially for kids. These tools work with traditional teaching, reaching even those far from Mindoro. Technology isn't getting rid of old ways, it's helping to carry them into the future. The Hanunó'o are building a digital safe place for their ancient wisdom. The return of the Hanunó'o writing has brought pride and made their cultural identity stronger. Being recognized in books, media, and schools shows how valuable their heritage is. Putting the writing into education helps Hanunó'o children and connects them to their roots. Community-based tours that focus on nature offer new chances, letting visitors experience Hanunó'o culture directly. When managed by the community, tourism helps people earn money without giving up their traditions. The writing is more than just symbols, it's a bright light of hope, education, and pride. As more Filipinos discover Surat Mangyan, our understanding of who we are as a nation grows deeper. The future looks good, with the writing alive in both bamboo and digital worlds. The journey of Surat Mangyan reminds us, our country's greatest treasure is its many different cultures.